Happy middle of the night to you. It's definitely a late night, early morning. Man, yesterday was an eventful day for me, you know? A lot went down and didn't simultaneously. I was right about predictions. I was a little off on timing. I think that's the creator, you know? Can't give you everything. I suppose all at once is the biggest piece. Um, I slept for a while. Man, I think I went to bed. Shit, that stream ended at 7. I was in bed before 9 o'clock. And I just woke up at 2 something. Decided to get up, get medicated. Today is my less than workout day. So today I'll be focused on business and paperwork and things like that. Attempting to make outbound calls is still difficult, yet I continue to try each day, believe it or not. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. How do you know you are losing weight in inches without tape and scale? If you're up, what are you doing up this time of morning, night? Alright. So there is the poll in the chat. And let's give it a question just cause. It should be, what's your workout? Two-a-days, day on, day off, 5 days straight. Realistically, either you got insomnia or you're someone who works out in the morning and you're up right now. It's going to be my two guesses as to why anybody would be up with me this morning. Me, both. I have insomnia. I'm always up because I do work out in the mornings. And I'm always up because I used to have businesses where I had to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you had to get up at 3. I used to have businesses where I had to open the doors at 5:30. So you had to be fully functional before 5 o'clock. Through the years, I've done so many things that sleep's just not one of them that is necessary, the way that people think. Or we're told anyway. In my opinion. So I was looking for something to laugh at this morning while I got myself together. I tried to giggle, among other things, and I saw this compilation video, but I don't know how great it is, so let's see.
Shot like a cat, 45 pounds plate to the moon. His reflection said, "You're on your own."
1, 2, 3. What the hell? 4, 5. 5 reps. Very clean, bro. Give me a flex.
Monday International Elbow Day. Never skip elbow day. You won't need a spotter if you don't lift heavy. When you're about to go beast mode, but your gym partner didn't switch it to beast mode, wait for you.
Sorry.
This guy got quick adrenaline boost before exercise. Suspicious guy in the background.
Good job. How many reps was that? What's that? How many reps was that? Reps. 4. I could do that.
I can do that. Trust me, really. I can do that. I'm not kidding. He is pumping his spine discs. By the way, a little twerking. Real men don't look at things they've just destroyed. I think can't be better explained.
What's poppin'? Don't mind me just watching.
Meanwhile, in favorite gym, logo says it all. What name would you change Planet Fitness to?
Say what? Yeah, boy.
I have landed on a strange planet where nobody even lifts.
Get up, get up.
This is a one-way ticket to Snap City. Almost had it. My face when I see Eagle Lifter.
Oh my God. I've never seen anyone Johnson do that during a workout. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Help me, help me, help me, help me. Why does this Winky do? Why is this?
I have landed on a strange planet where nobody even lifts.
Why? Look, what
Get
the
up, get
hell?
up.
This is a one-way
Oh my
ticket to
God.
Snap City.
You either
Almost
go
had
bust
it.
your kneecaps or not. I swear to God. What the hell? Wow.
My face when I see Eagle Lifter.
Gentlemen, if there's a man out there right now watching who's willing to drop down in the chat and explain it, is that really is that normal? Was he overdoing it? What the hell would make you? I've never seen it before. I've been in the gym a lot. I've lifted a lot of weights through the years. I've been a track manager, a track coach. Come on, I don't, Look at the man in the, okay, 90 feet.
Fight!
First of, those are definitely the wrong shoes for the kind of lift. Second of, his back crying.
No! God, please, no!
I see a
my-
bicep tear in their future. Run. I think he is training for when he loses his flight.
The worst thing about home gyms.
Those who attend gyms know this pain.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know.
It's all in the hips. Beautiful footwork. When the squat rack is occupied, so you practice on the curl rack. I swear, I didn't curl in the squat rack. She didn't touch the box with her hands. That's a good rep.
Where you going?
So-called example of stupid
Oh,
lifting.
I was
When your
wrong.
ego takes over. When you're a student, and you thought books would be useful at least once.
What the hell? I do not miss my gym days. Seeing people do stuff like this. I'm someone who enjoys working out at the gym, at home. I prefer working out like solo or with a partner, not more than one or two. Um, Once we get into a group of like 5 or 10, and folks just be blah 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 blah, and ain't nobody exercising, I can't stand it. It's just a thing for me. It's like, bro, why? Why are you here? If you wanted to chit chat and all that shit, you could have done it at home, my guy. If you wanted to chit chat, you could have done it at the coffee shop. You can do it at the coffee shop after the workout. Here, the goal is to get your heart rate up. And if you are chitter chattering, then your heart rate ain't up. Unless you beeping them bras. They, as much as they mouths run, that might be an actual fucking workout. I ain't gonna front. Don't be mad at me for judging y'all. Y'all judge everybody else, child. Go off and say less. Anyway, like I said, I woke up with yesterday on my mind. A little less Georgia and a little more um, peace around dealing with my personal situation. When it comes to dealing with these people in this space, I could give two fucks. And I'm going to continue to make that clear. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what these people want. They're cowards, chicken shits. You just can't stand up and say, hey, listen, so I need to ask you for this, and this. Or I need to apologize for this. Or I need to talk about that. Or, hey, could you show me how you... None of that. None of that. You think somebody owe you something? You. Who the fuck are you, bro? Who are you that you should be owed? I need to check the market this morning and see how it went. Right. Even though I don't have money, y'all, I be checking the market. You know why? See what you crazy motherfuckers gonna do. You so-called rich because of that damn cryptocurrency and that shit burst on your ass. Now what? I don't even see some of them people no more. I wonder where they are in space. I mean, we don't travel in the same circles. Their content doesn't interest me, so I don't know. I don't watch anything that doesn't provide value and true financial value. If you're gonna tell me what I already know, then there's no need for me to watch you. You know. I prefer flower for its medicinal benefits. I use cannabis, THC in a host of ways, so I think I don't have it or get it. The creator does a good job of making sure that that's possible for me. That's the joy in my journey. I left this water out last night for a science experiment right now. Pomegranate, lemon, ginger. It's started to form some bubbles. I'd say it's probably a bit fermented. Clean this thing up today. Oh, I guess I'm gonna focus on housework today. Uh, business. It's the second business day of the year. Fourth day, and people are acting that fucking behind. Like they're just 2 days late for every damn thing. And that's weird to me. Right? The fact that I have to keep fighting with banks and organizations for my own fucking funds, bruh. Ugh, for work that I did, no less. Ugh. Figuring out new mechanisms for dealing with these things without allowing the complex PTSD to push the boundaries of my reason, that can be difficult. And there's just a lot of times when it's just like, why? I've found the positive in damn near everything I've ever done that's ever happened to me, despite it all. Honestly, that wasn't for anybody else. That was for me. Maybe my children. By extension, me. The doctor said to me, you gotta have, well, do you want to live to see your children graduate from high school? I recently told you, I knew since I was 14 that I had a heart murmur, high blood pressure, that having children would be a danger to me. Outside of the fact of how dangerous it is anyway. So of course I want to see them graduate from high school. I put my life on the line to get them here. And even that's not something I've ever used to make them, you owe me anything. Like, dude, you don't understand the type of mother you've had compared to other mothers out here. Tell them that. Yo, my God, you talking some bullshit to me sometimes, dude. You don't know how much time I spent worrying the fuck about you? Like I said, it's that they recognize that winky-doo energy first, you know? It's their dude. He's a dude. So you want to believe that you just missed something, right? Once you become an adult male, you'll understand why the adult male in your life wasn't there, wasn't right, didn't do right by you. And then you'll find out. He was the biggest lie of all. How do you witness Once you know it's your father and he's been that disappointing as a son, what do? Once you're disabused of the notion that your mother was some evil demon keeping you from him, she just didn't understand you or how to communicate with him to get him to do what y'all needed done. Yeah, no. Once you as a young man find out that your father, not all fathers, your father, was a neglectful piece of shit, then what? Then wow, then why, then how? And still, in the meantime, you've become the same man, neglecting those that have been there for you, wallowing in self-shit, until you get out of your fucking emotions and on with life. And for some of you, that it means you have to admit you got him first. I experienced something I'd never heard of in my life before it happened to me. A spiritual unbinding, awakening to something else. Started listening to this audio book on hermeticists. Yeah, I need to do that. Find a I wanted to find a short video, so we're gonna use this one. I fell asleep listening to it, so I thought I'd go ahead and watch it now. Get the info that I was looking for.
Although written by my decaying hand, shall remain imperishable through time. Be imbued with the medicine of immortality.
A few miles west of the Nile and just below the tip of its delta lies Saqqara, the necropolis of ancient Memphis, center of Lower Egypt from the days of the pharaohs through to the time of Egypt's Roman conquerors. The ibis, the graceful black and white bird in which the god Thoth showed himself, no longer visits the Nile at Memphis, but when the Ptolemies and their Roman successors drank from the holy river, the god's bird still came to its banks in great plenty. Wisdom is eternal, even if people are not. The Kabbalion, while only published in 1908, is a manuscript that claims to be the essence of the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, who, as we've discussed before, is believed to be our old pal Thoth. We should be clear that there are several that are worth exploring. There's the older Corpus Hermeticum, which is a huge ancient body of work in itself, along with the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean and the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. But these writings do not actually make any specific references to the laws and principles that we're exploring today. And so we have the Kabbalion, which is supposedly based upon ancient Hermeticism and is argued to be an elaboration of an ancient, unpublished Hermetic text of the same name, one which humanity has not yet actually found. While it's healthy to approach it with some skepticism, the profound wisdom of this text needs to be taught and explained. The Hermetica speaks very highly of cosmic laws, critical to be understood in order for our own liberation and transcendence. And that's why we've created the 2021 Almanac of the New Age, If you're interested in connecting with the celestial and personal cycles in order to start the new year off with an exceptionally high vibration, check out this book. You'll find links in the description. And with that, let's now dive into the Hermetic principles. The Kybalion was written by unknown authors known simply as the Three Initiates. But the most common theory is that it was authored by a man named William Walker Atkinson and some others, who was a famous American occultist and pioneer of the New Thought movement. In the first couple of pages, it says that it will only appear to you when the time is appropriate and you're ready for its wisdom. So I guess that means we're ready for it en masse, huh? Because there's more than a few videos and articles talking about it now. For the most part, it discusses the structure of the spiritual world and outlines the three great planes of existence: the physical plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane, all of which are broken down into several lesser planes, which are kind of like astral black keys like the ones on a piano, each having their own vibration and frequency and are inhabited by different kinds of spirits and entities. Another aspect of the wisdom is found in its teachings of alchemy. It discusses aspects of spiritual and mental transmutation and how you can alter your vibration or frequency to move into these higher realms, interact with spiritual entities, and attain the wisdom of Hermes himself. The subject that has made the Kybalion a legendary book is its discussion of the 7 Hermetic principles, which are like the laws that govern the universe according to the Western mystery tradition, the foundation of many schools of esoteric thought today. Much like how physicists observe the universe, to the Hermetic mystics, they believed that the universe runs on natural laws. Apples fall, birds fly, things live and die. But when we take time to understand these laws, we can use them, and in some cases even leverage them, to transform life as we know it. Perhaps one day we can push against gravity to fly, or simply use the knowledge that one day we might die to live better lives. As it's described, whenever this wisdom resurfaces in culture, it acts as a catalyst for a creative renaissance, revolutions, and cultural regeneration. These 7 laws were some of the most influential systems of thought to the Renaissance and medieval philosophers, which even today can expand horizons, broaden possibilities, and aid one in the pursuit of a fuller, happier, more meaningful, and longer life. And so, as we go through these principles, remember that they were potentially first thought of thousands of years ago, despite only being codified recently in history before any modern science verified their unusually accurate and esoteric claims. The Kybalion even devotes a chapter to each principle and goes into what it's really all about. And we especially recommend going deeper by reading this book if you haven't already. It's a favorite of ours.
Principle 1. Mentalism.
Much like in the Corpus Hermeticum, this axiom embodies the idea that all is mind, something today we know as idealism. Basically, everything that happens is a result of a mental state which precedes it. For anything to exist, thoughts had to form first, which then form physical reality or manifestation. But it goes even deeper than manifestation though, for the principle of mind is rooted in the idea of the God mind, that the universe itself is the mind of God, or going even bigger, that the universe is a thought in the mind of God, that all phenomena of life, matter, and energy of the material universe are thoughts of an infinite and universal living mind, which means all things share a connection to the fact that they exist within the mind of God or the all. Perhaps this could take the form of a field, as is thought of consciousness. In other words, when you view everything you think, and therefore do, as an interaction of a thought with another thought, you develop an understanding of the first principle of mentalism, which allows you to grasp the laws of the mental universe. This law ultimately says that it is our consciousness that allows us to interact with reality.
Principle 2. Correspondence.
This truth discusses the idea that there is always a correspondence and link between the events in the various planes of existence. In fact, this law is where we explore the legendary phrase, as above, so below, to much greater depths. In a nutshell, if something is happening on a physical level, chances are there is a relationship to a like energy on a higher frequency too. And if something occurs solely in the physical, if that's even possible, it will have an effect on the other planes of existence. By observing the principle of correspondence, we can come to know the whole of the universe by exploring the relationship between the higher and lower nature of things. and learned that harmony exists only when we have a good balance between all of the dimensions of our being.
Principle 3. Vibration.
In short, nothing rests. Everything in existence is in a constant state of motion and vibration. Even things that appear motionless and still, like a rock on the ground, is still moving at a molecular and atomic level and beyond. To quote Walter Russell, "In the wave lies the secrets of creation." It explains that the distinction between manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and spirit are all just the result of different vibrational frequencies. The higher a person or thing is on the scale, the higher the rate of vibration. In fact, spiritual alchemy in the Kabbalion is described simply as the practical application of this principle. To change one's mental state is to change vibration. You can sometimes do this by an effort of will, by deliberately fixing the attention upon a more desirable state. Ultimately, even thoughts have their own rate of vibration and can be controlled like tuning an instrument to produce various results of self and environmental mastery. As your understanding of vibration, frequency, harmony, and resonance gets better, so too shall your power over yourself grow.
Principle 4. Polarity.
All right, let's just stop here and talk about it for a minute. Because the space, the people, folks, we always be on this mindset conversation, right? So here's the thing about mindset. Where's my light? Okay, here's the thing. Thoughts. If you are constantly thinking of a way to get over on someone, that is what you are putting out into the world. The negative energy of getting over on someone. Polarity, eventually we'll get around to how it gets back to you, that whole boomerang that we were talking about these last few days, especially when it comes to dealing with my ex. My ex has been trying to figure out how not to pay a debt he owes for more than a decade. That bill is going to come due. I've been trying to figure out how to pay debts that were never my own, caused by being married to that man. The bill is coming due. And what have you put out into the world? Especially those of you who are religious people, right? When you pray, what are you praying out into the world? Hey, the den, how's your spirit, gorgeous? Early morning to you. I'm up, yeah. I went to bed early, so I got up early, and today's the day where around noon, I might get into doing some exercising, if I choose. But I was just going over, have you ever heard of Hermeticism? There are different terms for it, if you ask me, in my opinion. Oh no, the den, why is your spirit down? What happened? Who I need to fight? I'm in a fighting mood, girl. After yesterday, I did really job all year. I mean, hey, yeah, all year. These whole 4 days of the year, all year, I've been ready to fight. So give me a reason. Give me the reason to kick some ass. It's been a mighty long time. I get in a fight last year. How I wanna. Sorry. Ta-da! I'm sorry to hear that. Even worse that you woke up, or that you've been up with that energy. That's unfortunate. You want to hit the link and talk about it? Child, it's 2 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. Ain't nobody around if you want to chit-chat. Well, come on. I can put my headphones on and hit the link. I mean, you can hit the link, we can chat. Or if you want to just watch this and listen to my goofy behind, you can do that too. That's what most people do. And I've never been bothered by it or ashamed of it. People have told me for years that they just like to listen to me talk. Some people just want like to be in my presence, whatever it is. So, ta-da, here I be. But it's up to you. You know. I saw you and Mama T together today. Was that today? I didn't have the opportunity to listen in. Um, I've got this new thing where it's not it's nothing to do with anybody over where you guys are. It's just I've really had enough of people trying me, so I mind the business that pays me today. Pretty much, that's it. If it's not to be, here you go. Yeah. So after being exhausted and all that jazz, I wouldn't laid it down. So if you come over here and you want to talk about it, I'm more than welcome to listen. I'm more than willing to listen. The easiest way to stay out of drama is just to leave as soon as it starts. Not, not saying that that's what was going on. It's just that was, I think, like y'all's title was something about it, and I was like, let me look in. Let me hit a like. Okay, I'm Gucci. You guys were already actively in the conversation, or I might have dropped down and said hello in the chat and then gone on, but yeah. Ah. You know, sometimes we just have to find out that we're not made for certain spaces. And that's not a harm or foul or you at you or anybody else. I mean, it's just about learning to maneuver. I hurt feelings yesterday too. It wasn't my intent. Yet, when I'm trying to explain to people that we don't know each other in these spaces. So when you speak to me as if we know each other personally, because we've had a couple of phone calls behind the scenes, that's not okay. And I'm going to make it clear to you, like I'm 47 years old. I'll be one in February, but that's for a whole nother reason, dude. And you would think that knowing those things, you wouldn't try me. Don't talk to me crazy. Don't irritate me. But then people remember what they want to remember. They hear what they want to hear. You know, selectivehearing.com. But then you have to explore to some degree. Here. So here's how I do it. Ironically, this song is 4 minutes and 44 seconds long. So here's kind of like the method to my madness a little bit. Should I see a content creator and I'm interested in what they've got going on, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch you have 3 conversations, preferably 3 conversations with the same person. I apologize. 3 conversations with different people to see the way that you communicate, right? And then after that, I'm gonna drop down and be like, "Hey," if I'm rocking with you so far, right? Then I'm gonna drop down and be like, "Hey." Peace to the panel, the content creator, the panel, the chat, whatever it is that's going on. You know what it do, something along them lines, and then after that, it's like, okay. It seems all right over here. And so then I just watch and wait. By now, you're one. Bring with you the same tools that you use in the real world, just to understand that these people work in upside down mindset, right? But you know who you are, so bring you, stay you, and then check people who try to check you for being who you are. Bitch, I'm a grown ass goddamn woman. What is you gonna do? Unless you about to come over here and what's his name, Fluffy, get between me and Fluffy and this shotgun, shut the fuck up and sit down somewhere. Y'all got to go ahead and be them people, because that's all it is. It is internet dominance. It is internet. Let me pee on your parade. And you have to be willing to tell somebody, bye. It's not raining outside. It's easier done than it is said. Like the moment that you just start checking motherfuckers, they get it. They get it. A problem is once you start checking them, then they'll want to try to use you for content in that way too. So you have to verbalize. But you got a whole channel over here all to myself. You're growing a wonderful community, the Den. You're growing a wonderful community. The folks that are over there that are with you now, that's your crew of people, it seems. They show up for you. That's really what you want. So you encourage them to do things to help get the word out about you. And in kind, you do, or in turn, you do things to help get the word out about them. And you continue to show up and grow your community in the way that you and your community understand. See? The crew of people who come over here to hang out with me understand that I'm disabled, autistic, and have PTSD, complex PTSD, with DID. So I move differently. I move to the beat of a whole other type of drum, even. I think my favorite drum is timpani, actually. Is that what it's called? I know what it's called, but anyway. I meant how to spell it. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely, something about the way that they just have to be played. It's such a grand thing to witness to me, I guess. I don't know. I'm one of them people. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much how the community over here works. I'll be on this subject, or won't have one. We're here to chat, right? And then someone will come along and be like, "JP, this happened," and I'll talk about it. You know, so the whole point of me showing up in this space was that. Because there are a lot of people who don't have anyone to just say, "Hey, my spirit's a bit down." There's not a lot of people who even get asked, "How's it?" Most people don't get asked, "How's their spirit?" Most people get asked, "How you doing?" And someone who ignores them, because how you doing is etiquette standard. So you respond with some standard etiquette bullshit like, "I'm alright, I'm good, I woke up this morning." You say, "How's your spirit?" Most people haven't heard it and they're like, "Huh?" It takes a moment and they think about it, and that's it. The whole reason I started asking, "How's your spirit?" was to make people stop and think about themselves in a different kind of way. And to let them know that someone cares. I don't ask you how's your spirit and then not listen. "Hey, how's your spirit?" And then I wait for an answer. We'll talk about it. That's it. That's all. There's really no magic to it. It's kindness turned into compassion, turned into empathy. Ta-da, it's me. Well, thank you, the Den. I appreciate that. There's a lot of people who can't understand why I would show up and there are just two people. No people. One person. It could be 200 people. Because as long as there's me, you, and you two, I've done the Lord's work. And I'm in love with being queen. I'll be right back, Dan. I'm going to fill my coffee. Um, and by the way, it ain't about religion or God. It's about bringing people together. So if it's me, two of you, and one in the chat, people have come together today in a positive way. Shout out to the 5%. They get it. What up, Harris's? Hey. And the den. When you can understand and keep that in mind, that you and the few is all that matters. It doesn't matter. Once you grow, it's about you and the community. The connection that you have, the ability to communicate with one another. There are folks who came yesterday. The Scorpion hadn't been here since like the beginning of my first year. Excuse me. She said that she catches it on the replay. Which is unfortunate because pretty soon there'll be no more replays of JP's lives, and you'll have to catch the little shorts that I put out, and they'll be shorter than you think. Forgive me. And that's because I do provide more than just nonsense content. You know, I'm not gonna name names, none of that stuff. What you enjoy watching is what you enjoy watching. The community over here, we're here. That reminds me. Let's look at this thing. So I was checking out. Some things have changed in the way that YouTube looks. This is one of the things that you can do, the den, to help yourself and those in your community, right? Periodically, you want to go in and look at the way that the setup is on YouTube, on the phone, on a tablet, on a laptop, a desktop, if you can, right? And see if there's some things that have changed, and then adjust accordingly. So you go in behind the scenes and check out things, right? You got your notifications turned on. Who are they turned on for? Is there anybody whose notifications you want to turn off? Um, you can do that in your settings. You can get a scheduled digest. You can see, notify me about activity from the channels I'm subscribed to. You want to go through, understand these things, and then tell your community what you need them to do for you. Well, no, I'll still be doing my live streams. It's just once I'm done and chatting with it, whomever is present, they will go on private, and I won't unprivate them anymore. I do a lot of work in order to get the music released or muted so that the videos can be unblocked after YouTube blocks them. And that's time and energy. The community understands that, and I mind the business that pays me. My community pays me to show up for them. I do that. They don't pay me to show up and go back and fix it. So, ta-da. They pay me to show up in different places and do different things, and encourage them in different ways. I do this. I have a Buy Me a Coffee. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. I have 2 Facebook groups, in the process of starting a third with a citizen from Twitter. Um, I'm in just like being a YouTuber was never my thing. Being on YouTube in order to do the things that I needed to do, sure. Even that I wasn't sure about. My sons were like, "Nah, mom, you should get on." My youngest specifically was like, "You're wholesome. They need you." I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" No, they don't. um, no, I've seen a lot of folks in this. I understand what he was saying now. Um, Yet, people are gonna people, and I need to keep my eye on my priority and my prize. And that's not a person. It's not a person or a place. I can't even say that it's a singular thing. It's a legacy, for damn sure. Um, Built on my dreams, the dreams of my cousins, and the opportunity for my cousins' children to have dreams. So I understand when you get frustrated by this space. My only thing is don't leave. Don't let them push you down or back you down. You know how it is. Stand your ground. Stand in your space. Stand on your square. The rest, it's not like they really care anyway. These people are here just to start mess. Agents of change come in many forms. Chaos and drama are agents of change, right? So in a time where everything is changing, and rapidly at that, we have to expect to see these things. I think you're doing good with what you're doing too, the Den. I think you're doing good with what you're doing because you provide a space for your people. That's an understanding that over time will grow between you and your community. That you provide a space where people are able to care for and show it to each other. And that's one of the things that people need the most. I have an associate, not an associate, an ally. Um, she's a citizen uh, from Twitter. And we were talking about community. It's one thing to hear it. It's one thing to be a part of a family and live in one. It's another thing to be a part of, to choose to be a part of a community in the way that we choose to be a part of a relationship. The Den, had you seen, excuse me, what made you decide that the space needed polarity? And then we're going to get back into this. There are 3 principles left to go. What made you decide that the space needed more positivity? Out of curiosity. When I first came into YouTube, I'm not sure that I thought it needed more positivity. I'm pretty sure I believed that it just needed more balance. Now, 2 years later, I do believe that one thing I always have felt is that it's just too emotional. There's too much emotionality in the space, and that's changed now. The things that they were using to pull people apart from the titles and stuff like that, there's less of that going on, and it's mostly you have to be watching the stream in order to catch it. Um, you have to get beyond the thumbnail and the title, and that's something that I think is an improvement. So you saw drama in the space before, and then you were like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's because that's pretty much how it is. If you are um, more of a watcher in the beginning, and then decide, you know what, I'm gonna jump into this space. That's kind of how it goes. Even if you're someone who was planning to be in YouTube or YouTube specifically, um, you would want to have, studied, learned, figured out what it was. So yeah. I hope that I was able to help you some. The den. I know it can be trying at times. But there are some decent people out there. That reminds me, if you haven't checked them out yet, you should check out. Let me go find them real quick. I used to have a list of. I used to have so much really, or I used to be organized, more organized than I am today. Um, and then um, I started having to deal with all of these other people and their issues and shit, and it became too much. And so I stopped doing some of the things that I did. People who were supposed to be around and claiming to be a part of my team, or when I say my team, part of supporting me, that kind of thing, um, yeah. Anyway, like I said, never. A lot of the things that you see done by moderators in this space came from information that I provided someone to get something done, but it was a test. Because I don't trust easily. I love easily. I don't trust easily, and that's how I protect my heart and myself as an empath. So come on. Mr. Harris, it would be great if you or Nikki were in the clouds right now and could just drop down and drop their own freaking link. Cat, dog it. It's freaking irritating. Okay, it's Harris Tribe Media Group. It is, so I guess I felt that people needed a place to go to get away from all of that, and even if even if it's just for a little bit, to get away from all the things that are happening. You want to get away. Dag nabbit. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, what I'm going to do is start this video and I'm going to try to find that link. But anyway, Harris Tribe Media Group, they are Love and Abundance. They have a homeschooling, they're a part of a homeschooling program in Baltimore, let me put it that way, in Maryland. And they're a really wonderful family. Mom and dad are here on YouTube. I think that they share the younger sometimes. But really great conversations, great content, great people. A safe place to be for the most part, conversationally. There are some rude dingbats in the chat, but yet There are always rude dingbats in chats. They do a good job of controlling it or minimizing it. And then the rest is up to those who are there and watching, right? Tadar.
Following in our last principle, this one says that everything has an opposite. While this might seem out of the ordinary for a spiritual text that talks about unity and one mind, this one refers to how the unity manifests through creation. The whole thing is like Newton's first law of motion, that everything has an equal and opposite action and reaction. All manifested things have two sides, two aspects, or two poles. Opposites are identical in nature, yet different in degree. Extremes meet, and all paradoxes can be reconciled. An obvious example is a hot and cold tap, both waters being aspects of temperature, varying only in degree. There is no clear crossover moment when hot stops being hot and starts being cold, and vice versa, with no absolutes on either end too, especially since the quality of hot and cold are relative to your own perception. If it's cold outside, jump in a freezing lake for a few minutes and get colder than the average temperature outside. Suddenly that cold air is actually kind of feeling pretty warm to you. This one is quite important since it suggests that we can change the polarity of a degree of emotion by recognizing it as a spectrum and choosing the degree which best suits our needs.
Principle 5, Rhythm.
This one builds upon both the principles of vibration and polarity, as it states that everything is manifested as a measured motion, to and from, outflow and inflow, a swing backwards and a swing forwards, just like a pendulum. This law also reminds us that there is a rhythm between every pair of opposites or poles. Learning from this principle allows us to transition from one pole to the other, and not necessarily need to go to poles of extreme opposites. It also arguably controls the cycle of life and death, creation and destruction, rise and fall, and of course, manifests in our mental states. Know that things you lose will come back, and that things you own now will also one day disappear.
Principle 6, Causation.
Again, we find ourselves overlapping with previous laws, and it makes sense that they'd fit together. This principle states that there is a cause for every effect, and an effect for every cause. It also argues that there's no such thing as chance or coincidence, that it's merely a term indicating already existing causes that we can't recognize or perceive. The empowering use of this principle is to make the conscious choice to rise above the plane of thought you're currently on and become your own cause, and not just an effect of others and the situations you find yourself in. In other words, strive to act rather than react, or be mindfully responsive at best. If you want to be good at something, you need to practice it every day, as opposed to resigning yourself to merely reacting to the consequences of not having done any self-work and then experiencing the problems that inevitably arise when you're not pursuing your highest calling.
Principle 7, Gender.
This principle explains how gender is manifested in everything, but this doesn't necessarily relate to sexual gender or how you identify yourself. It's more about the masculine and feminine energies that lead to creation and procreation in the universe. And if you haven't seen our episode on masculine and feminine energies in general, you can always check that video out right after this one. It doesn't refer to someone's physical sex, nor does it suggest that someone of a certain sex necessarily has a matching mental gender. In actuality, ideally, you would want to have a balanced mental gender, embodying both the sacred masculine and divine feminine. Gender and these two polarities of energy exist on all planes of existence and represents different aspects on different planes. Everything and everyone contains these two elements or principles. The Kabbalion explains that the divine feminine is more receptive, facilitating new thoughts, concepts, and ideas, including the work of the imagination. The sacred masculine, on the other hand, works more by giving out or expressing, and rules over the will of an individual and helps put things into action. It is said that there must be a balance in these two forces. Without the feminine, the masculine will act without restraint, order, or reason, resulting in chaos. The feminine alone, on the other hand, will constantly reflect and fail to actually do anything, resulting in stagnation. With both the masculine and feminine working in conjunction, there is thoughtful action that breeds success, which tells us that both the feminine and the masculine fulfill each other.
Ironically, like I think the last conversation that I had with Army Vet the Den was about masculine and feminine, and whether or not a woman could raise a man, so to speak. And I was like, nah, you can't raise a man because you have to be brought up to be an adult. Um, and I said that we needed to get away from these ideas, these polar ideas on things. Just like we can live in this space if we choose to understand how to live in this space of awareness and understanding. But today, most people are stuck in an old understanding, and it's moving. It's changing fast. It's changing fast because the world is changing fast. The globe, the earth, shit. Honestly, I believe the galaxy is changing quickly. It's a result of things that we did, throwing up a bunch of shit in the space and throwing a bunch of shit in the water and not giving a fuck about the land and not giving a fuck about the air. We have polluted our damn selves. We're killing ourselves, and if we don't do something to correct it, the planet will do it itself. Now, you can have a Big Bang theory and yet to hear that the Earth has been knocked out of orbit. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's just think about these things a little bit more. But let's finish this video.
Ultimately, choosing the middle path between these extremes is the key to using all 7 Hermetic principles to full effect and achieving lasting self-mastery without straying too far from the path. At the same time though, we must remember that these are only principles. By themselves, they're kind of useless, but when you creatively apply them in your life, you can achieve any endeavor you dedicate yourself to and have your own personal renaissance. The best way to understand them is by experiencing them for yourself. And so with that, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to try and apply the wisdom of these teachings in your life, mostly by asking questions like, have I ever experienced mind over matter? Have I ever attracted something into my life repeatedly by obsessing over it? Or have I ever dipped my fingers in water so hot that it shocked my nerves and felt cold at first? All of these kinds of questions can be answered with the Hermetic principles. So have fun trying them out. Until next time, toodles!
Ta-da! Ooh, child. Thank you. I will drop the link for you in the chat. This is kind of what I do at the den. We hang out. We have conversations. I show you the things that interest me or I'm seeing in the world. We talk about those things. We talk about, or we discuss each other's perspective on things, because while you and I may have experienced the world at the same time, we experienced it from different planes, from different places. Some things we experience the same. Who knows? We don't know until we speak to one another. And we've got a bad habit of isolating ourselves from other people. And I can say that, not just being me, but as an introvert, even, it really is a thing for me. I wouldn't deal with people if I didn't have to. If I could have been one of those stay-at-home moms that didn't have to go out into the world, I would have. Then, now, I want to, be somewhere where I can be with my people and support them. in their journey. But I don't want to be around a whole lot of people. I'm claustrophobic in groups of more than like 10 in a weird way. So I feel like I need to go and get myself some cannabis. Hey, listen, the den, I'm telling you, it changes your life. It changes your life. Whether you're doing it recreationally or from a medical perspective, it does change your life in a positive way. I want to, I'm a huge, I'm a cannabis advocate. Outside of this, I advocate for cannabis locally. I advocate at the political level when I have the opportunity. I died last year, so I'm coming back from a lot of things. Yet, that's it. Cannabis has helped me with mental recovery, um, pain recovery, mental recall, um, herb, as my friend Prop Fit would say, oh, snap, big rig, I call somebody a friend. Oh, shucky ducky now. Starting to act like some of you regular folks. Anyway, um, Prop Fit, this any giant Adonis of a man, at least from what I can tell. I'm messy. It would be recreational for me, but I used to smoke all the time. But yeah, see, we quit, which is not a bad thing, to take time off from something, right? All things in moderation. And people think that I smoke a lot of weed, yet people don't seem to understand that I medicate with nothing but herb. There's nothing else. Rarely do I take a Tylenol. In my system right now should be nothing. I went to the ER a couple right before Christmas or right at Christmas, and that was they gave me an Ativan, Tylenol, and an aspirin. Right, I use it medicinally, so that means that I use it at a much higher dose and rate than people using it for recreational means. How people don't understand that is where we have this communication gap in getting it legalized at the federal level so that it can be on insurance. Now, the thing is for you to get it on your insurance, it would technically need to be an OTC because making it something that your doctor has to prescribe to you means that we're going to have to wait until doctors understand enough about cannabis, THC, full spectrum, and it's approved by the FDA in the right way in order to be able to do that. This country is fucking greedy. They want to be able to get money from the educational side of cannabis. They want to get it from the tax side of cannabis. They want to get it from the medical side of cannabis. They want to get money in any way that they can when it comes to this damn thing. Because it hasn't been legalized before. Because it's a booming industry. Because everybody understands these things. And more importantly, because veterans are behind it. Understand. These are the people who you are you not gonna make sure we are right? It's like when all the firefighters got after 9/11. Same shit here. Right, every day. You smoked every day when you smoke. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with smoking. It's because people wanted to make it such a bad thing. Prohibition is just prohibition in any form. And something that grows wild and so on and so forth. They just couldn't figure out how to tax. Till they figured out how to tax it. You can have 12 plants. You got to go buy them plants from so and such, and you got to do this and that. You got to lock them up. You got to hide them. You can't, control, 'cause that's what they want. Anything that they can do to control the population by any means necessary. Hey, it's 11 minutes to 4:20. Y'all know we staying. Come on, Jennifer. Y'all want to hear Jennifer Hudson or Jennifer Holiday? It's a Holiday. Okay, Jennifer Holiday it is. It's because hers is 4 minutes long, y'all. Real talk. Jennifer Hudson's is like 5. See? And especially if you understand which ones to use when and where, you can do. It does kind of seem like you might be doing a little magic. I won't front. But like knowing that I have brain fog in the morning, I make sure that I have a fruity, citrusy, what they call sativa dominant strain for the morning. Knowing that my muscles ache, I try to make sure that it's got some myrcene in it, which is a terpene that you're looking for. So anything that's mango-y is really good in the morning. Mango kush, if you and your partner gonna be together in the morning on the porch, y'all can cuddle. And then see what else happens. Just saying. It's not magic, it's medicine. We both feel the same way. Hey, did you know that you can customize your YouTube notifications down here at the bottom? You gotta have a partner first. Hey, then then get you some OG strains. Then get you some OG strains, and you'll spend enough time thinking about touching you that you'll go out and get yourself a goddamn partner. You dig? You better listen to Jennifer. And Janine, that's me, JP. Oh, shit. Ah, that's funny. Oh gosh. Oh, listen, we just watched the whole thing on her medicines, and there are no coincidences, dude. You showed up in this stream on this day for this reason. The people that are watching for the reason that they are watching. Ta-da! Oh, the did. I hope this song always hits differently for you from here on out. That's what a theme song is supposed to do. If we get it right, I will drop off a theme song that resonates with you for the day, for the afternoon, for a while. Something that keeps your spirit up and gets you through. It is, and I am telling you, I'm not going. Child, you just type in, and I am telling. By out. Here, I'll drop the link for you. Oh, gosh. This is the irony of the whole thing, right? The den. When I very first began doing this, I could do these things already, right? And that's what really bothered people. About me, you know? And I was willing to help people. And I wasn't asking them to pay anything. Just, say, yeah, JP, help me. But then larger content creators came along and they took the information that I provided them on somewhere else. So, yeah. Let me know the did. If you are in the sin, hit the Facebook group link. Hold on. Let me grab it and put it down here. Join the Facebook group, or if you're on Facebook, I'm on Instagram as JP. I'm on Facebook. The group is JP the Aspiring Matriarch, but the my name is Chronic Citizen. Anyway, child, hit me up there or on the Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll help you out. There's some really great strains out there. Peach OG is a really good one. I have an entire, hold on. So it's one of the things that I'm trying to bring to market this year. Where the hell are you? Hey. Plug knuckles. Man. There it is. Okay. Sorry. She said too funny. Yeah, look, so here's me, right? I got weed notes. Let's see. I got my notes, what I wrote and created that day, what I intended to do. Look, the name of the strain, all kinds of stuff. Man, I need to go back through this book. All kinds of stuff. Different strain names, whether or not they match, how you'll know. So for instance, if you get a pie strain, it should be jammy to you when you taste it. When you're smoking it, it should feel like jam in your mouth and on your lips. It gives you an understanding of what you're looking for. Man. Holy shnikes, dude. Wow. Thank you, the Den, for the conversation. It encouraged me to go and find this thing. I mean, I was gonna anyway. Yet we don't we don't need jealousy. Like, you can work with me. Working against me is going to fail you, not me. To all the people who haven't figured that out by now. Ooh. But the Den, yeah, I'll tell you the honest truth. The best thing you can do, stay close to your space. Create a community that you want to see in the world. Um, get with like-minded people, yet don't let them sway you from pardon me, what your creator says to you. Sorry, I'm simultaneously trying to push this nausea back. Oh man, I do kind of miss the gummies. I'm missing some money right now that I would have purchased gummies today. Possibly, although since I'm out of flour and it just does a better job, I'll need to get flour today. Once the funds hit anyway. Um, yet, what was I gonna say? Gummies are great, especially if you can time them correctly, right? So I try to make sure that I get my gummies in like 30 to 45 minutes before I'm ready to do whatever it is. Oh, honey, in Oregon, you can get some excellent green. Oh, my word. Hun, T. We're going to have to talk. We're going to talk, child, because if you can get it and grow it and clone it, oh, man, we're going to have to figure out some shit. I'm literally like, man, how can we get this cannabis highway thing going where you could just legally go along wherever it's legal and check your way right? And then we do a thing, but that's a thing. A down the line thing, right? Well, you got people who aren't stalking you anymore. Uh, as a content creator, you want people to watch you here. You don't want people to stalk you. And that's what's been happening to me for 2 years. Like anyway. So the last thing I want to deal with is people who don't know how to communicate. Now, ooh, you can grow 6. Each adult here can grow 12, I think. So yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk. We have some conversations there. Look, I got my notes for an endocannabinoid system, protection of neurons, glucose regulation, tummy activity, immune function, inflammatory response. Hmm. Cost benefit analysis, all kinds of shit, man. What's ya? I'm seriously thinking about going and getting some flour. Hey, the den. I'm with it, yo. If you do it and you go live, facts, bruh. Get your weed and tell me what time to go live. I will do that. You get your weed. My bad, my bad. Get your herb, and tell me when to go live, so I can laugh at you laughing at me, cause that's always funny. Always funny. I had. Oh, um, Jenny Cush. Um, what they would call a sativa dominant hybrid with myrcene and something peppery in it. But they've got two really good strains. Jilly Bean and Jenny Kush are made specifically for those things. And there's one more I can't think of the name of right now. And if you're going to the dispensary, search out this company. They ain't paid me no money, right? No money at all. Yeah, that Jenny Kush, don't play with me. Go check out these people. It's Sublime. They've got a really great bath salt. Um, that'll do wonderful things. So if they have that, you get these bath salts, honey, and you soak for 20-25 minutes, and you just you walking on sunshine. You walking floating, and they have different varietals. So yeah, instead of calling them strains, they should call them varietals and get away from calling it sativa. Da 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 da. My guess is that's where they're gonna go, but who am I? What do I know? Man. Back when I had, ooh, child. All right, JP, chill out. You see what I'm saying? You can wanna you can look at that. The den. I showed up anticipating not speaking to anyone, and we have had a more than productive conversation. And you giggling over here about your Jenny Kush. You looking it up right now. You jiggle. You're looking up Jenny Kush, and you're giggling when you came in here, and your spirit was down. Ta-da! Welcome to the JP sphere, or the Lovosphere, I like to call it. My happy little place in the clouds. Oh, bath salts are wonderful. I take an Epsom salt bath at least a couple times a day anyway. So, but I make my own. I make my own cannabis oil. And then you want to know how I get it into me. Okay, so Epsom salt, hot water, alcohol, can of oil. Soak 20 minutes like an Epsom salt bath. This one's got some coconut oil in it, so that's why it looks like this, because it's cold now. But were I to put a little bit of alcohol in here, it would keep it from doing that. In the summertime, I put a little bit of alcohol in here along with some peppermint and eucalyptus oil, and I keep my ass from getting bit by the mosquitoes as much as other people. Wonderful, wonderful things out there in the world, dude. Ooh, deja vu. Hmm. What's weird is it seems like this is the second time, too. Like, I've seen this not once, but twice in my life. Ugh. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm gonna drop the link because it's what I feel I'm being told to do, and play this song. And I'll be right back. Ironically, I'm also being told, oh, now you want to listen. I don't know what it is. Looks like we gon' see a revival. I didn't think. Hold on. Apologies. He said, I didn't ever think I would smoke again, but oh well, I've got to take care of myself. Amen. And if it eases your stress level, whatever it is, that's the thing. Here's the deal. Like even with my children, when they were younger, listen, my dude, you're on this medication. You, Monday through Friday, you got to take it. Here's the deal. Don't get into anything else in the meantime. When you come of age, you can do whatever you want to. Weed is a great substance. Get into it. Look into it. Right now, though, we have to do what's legal. We live on a military base. All those things. You dig? Yes, yes. We every now and then we take potty breaks and intermissions. And I don't know. I do know how these people do it. If you knew what these folks go through in order to be able to sit still on a live stream for that long. Some of them tuck stuff up to keep their. Some of them won't eat or drink. That's why a lot of people have panels so that one person can always be there while the other one escapes to do whatever. It's usually just me, so I figured out how to make some things work for me. I think it's kind of fun, actually. One of the things that I do like to do, or I enjoy when it happens, it's not something that I do intentionally yet. Um, every now and then, like Big Rig will come up and he'll hit the link as I've got to go potty, and so I'll just leave Big Rig up here, and he'll be like, so I don't know, not anymore. That was 2022. Now, oh, he just got all of the gusto, hunty. Oh, honey, honey, honey. If you ask me, he got him a thing for Mamacita, but I'm gonna hush my mouth and shame the devil before one of them drop out of the clouds and fuss at me. I think he was the first outside person who made me aware that they saw me without really wanting anything from me but to have a conversation and see me grow, right? Everyone else, you could tell that they wanted something. We're up to no good in some way or another. It's a thing you can sense. I wish Yellow was here because we spoke about it last night before I went to sleep on a live stream. Chill. It's definitely destiny. Yeah. Flower tends just to help the body overall more. I don't know what it is about the inhaling. I mean, were I to sit here and think on it, I could. I'm not this early in the morning. Appreciate you. That's why we up smoking, trying to either get this brain going or going to sleep. Honestly. But oh honey, yes, men. She says men will be men. Men will be men. And it takes so long for them to just stop being knuckleheaded sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely appreciate men. And my daddy was really worried about it. As a man, you can't be my daddy. That'd be my man. How about that? I got a daddy. Them broads that be like, ooh, I want to call you daddy. I don't. I don't know. Maybe in a moment, if you did something absolutely spot on and bruh. I agree that then I need to do better about letting you know when I am. But what you can do is make sure that you hit the notifications right. So if you are on your screen, you need to make sure that the notifications for me are turned on properly. That means that your notifications need to be where that little bell is. You need to get all. And then you need to make sure that the YouTube notifications for my channel are turned on too. Yeah, YouTube is getting trickier and trickier, and sneakier and sneakier. And YouTube is going to use every bit of the metrics and analytics to keep you from moving forward, especially if you happen to have a little color. It's aggravating dealing with. Yeah. Yeah, but. Ooh. The dent. When they aggravate you in the right way. Ooh, child. I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay. Hey, Mr. Hall, how's your spirit? Good morning to you. So I'll check my notifications and make sure they're good. Sweet, I appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Hall, do me a favor. Will you share this on IG for me? I hadn't, or wherever you share. I didn't share anything really. Okay, so here's the story that did. And Mr. Hall, you too. Back in the days when I was doing adult things, I I was a part of this group, right? And I'd gone to an event. In fact, I think it was sometime around this time of year. And some stories gotten back and out to other people. And this gentleman reached out to me and he was like, you don't know me, I don't know you, but I had heard that I should have been at this event. Who's the lady in the white? We'll just put it that way, right? And so we started chatting back and forth in my in Messenger or DMs or whatever the hell it was, right? And so then it was time for another party to come up, and I wasn't going to go out where he was to where the party was. And instead of going to the party, he decided to come and see me. Now I'm someone who doesn't believe these types of things. Like, I don't believe anything until it happens. It's probably the part of me that it's that hermetic energy, so to speak, right? I don't believe anything until it happens. And so when he called me and told me he was on the road, I didn't even believe that. It wasn't until he called me and he said something specific to me about where he was and what he was witnessing. And I was like, oh shit, you are on your way. So I give him the final details on how to get to the house and all of those things, right? And dude, I immediately, as soon as I hang up the phone, actually, I think I may have still been like, I think I may have walked to the kitchen and opened the wine as I realized where he was, right? So I go, I get my bottle of wine, I get my glass, I knock back one glass real quick, I go upstairs, I make sure that I'm freshened up, tuck, do whatever I gotta do, right? And I reach the front door probably about 30 or 45 seconds before he does. And I'm a dingbat. I'm a dingbat to din. So I open the door like this. Like, hello? He's like, you do realize you invited me here. What the fuck? So after getting the rest of my courage and gumption up and letting him inside, this man like looks at me long enough to get like a full drink, and then the next thing I know is just I was like, holy shit, ta-da! uh never met before. Not like that. Never interacted. It was just conversations. It was a month of conversations. And the next thing I know, it was like, dude, you fuck whether or not you know anything about my mind. How did you manage to map my body and we ain't met before? Ha! Whew. After being with my husband, this motherfucker, King ED, get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm like, nah, my guy. Woo, child. He would get very upset with me because I would say constantly, we're expendable to one another. Nah, he's like, oh, nah, I love you, I'm always love you, whenever we do blah, 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 blah. Whatever, dude. I appreciate, man, but seriously, we always got a little, we do have something. We got something. Oh, that memory and a couple of others, honey, will go down in history as, woo, child. A sandwich, a sandwich and a Saturday. That will be a chapter somewhere. Woo. Hey, the did with memories that good, you don't need a strain or a fantasy. You dig? But I'm Gucci. Oh God. Oh, okay. I apologize. My bad, Mr. Hall. I apologize that you had to hear that. I'm a respectable woman. I am a respectable mother today. I am. I was there too. Mm. Mm. Ooh, child. That's funny. Let me play. Oh, those who know if you were there and you were there. I do. Ah, well, I appreciate that, Mr. Hall. How's your spirit? What's going on in your world? We gonna behave. I'm gonna be a good adult. I'm gonna be a good girl, cause you here. I'm gonna be a good girl. You can see the angels fall. Hey, I make a body sing. I make it say. Wee, 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 wee. And if I have to hear what some of these manosphere dudes say, then you know it. I forgot you are a financial advisor to some of these dudes too. So, woo, child. Y'all, you didn't heard it all. You didn't heard it all. Uh, hey, I need to talk to you, Mr. Hall, about Chronic Citizens LLC. I am doing well. Stepped into a point where I'm not accepting certain. Amen. Amen. And hey. Let me go back to my other section just for you, so I can show you. This where we at. Hold on. Where we at? Nope, wrong one. How you do that? It's falling us. Hey, we doing different this year. We not playing games. I'm minding the business that pays me. We're gonna be autonomous in 2023. No one controls me or you. There go the links to the things. Y'all gonna get your act right or quit fucking with me. And the community. Y'all weird. People do some extra stuff out here, man. Woo. Say I feel like a cow. And Mrs. Officer, Mrs. Carter, huh? It always reminds me of Eddie Murphy. I wonder, can you find it just by searching that Eddie Murphy Wii U? There it is. Hey, listen, to my queer community, don't come for me today, cause I will hurt your feelings. I'm telling y'all now. Then turn away the keys. Then you said, that's definitely a good way to be. Yeah, we just have to learn. We watched earlier, Mr. Hall, a video on hermeticists. So if you get a chance, I put the link in the chat. Go check it out. It's great. I think that it's an excellent description of how people need to be up in this space. But here, let's get a little giggle early in the morning. Thank you, Eddie. Half, Eddie. Half. I want half. Hey. You know what? I'll wait till after I play this one. We're gonna play another one after this. How about that? What'd you say, Mr. Hall? Then I actually got inspired by Jay. Aw. Thank you, Mr. Hall. I appreciate that. That's something I didn't know. Aw. You're sweet. Thank you. Okay.
Stop. Now see, I did jokes about I did jokes about homosexuals about a couple years ago, and faggots were mad. They were like, it's nothing like having a nation of fags looking for you. I'd be at parties, there's always 2 or 3 homosexuals at a party, and they'd be standing around looking at you, they'd be looking at everything. He's an asshole. I can't travel the country freely no more. I can't go to San Francisco. They got a 24-hour homo watch waiting for me in the airport. As soon as I got off the plane, they'd be like, he's here, yes, it's him, yes, it's him. And the cars will come rushing across town, be woo, 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 woo. And there won't be no siren, it'll be a real fag sitting on the roof going, woo, 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 woo.
That don't remind you of that damn song.
Pull over. I'm gonna read him his rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Now turn around, I'm gonna frisk you. Are you carrying any concealed weapons? Are you carrying, what is this? What is this? Lay down on the floor and spread it. Woo!
Okay, sorry. Apologies. Hold on. Wait.
So be careful.
Is this it? Oh, I think this is it. It went right to it.
Get married. I went out and found the perfect woman. 19 years old. Beautiful face. A virgin. Nobody ever fucked her. And I had an ass like this. Pow! And the ladies like, blam! The titties like, pow! She was so fine. She's one of the people that's so fine when you see them, they make you ugly. You be like, God damn, who is that motherfucker? She was fine. I cut all my girls off. That's it. I'm getting married. This is it. Gonna be me and her. I was so happy, and I went out, and I went shopping, and I was waiting on the line, and I saw the Inquirer magazine while I was waiting on the line, and I saw Johnny Carson on the front page. It was a picture of him like this. Then I said, what's up with Johnny? I turned to the inside story, and his wife was on the other page, and she was like this. And over her head it said, Johnny's wife wants half Johnny's money. And I turned that shit back to Johnny. Then I started thinking about it. Half. If you have $5 and have to give somebody $250, you'd be upset. Johnny had to have at least $300 million. Woo! And have to give up $150 million?
Lord of mercy.
And they weren't even married but 10 years and $150 million?
This is the 80s.
Give me a fucking break. What? And ladies, here's a woman over saying, right on. No, you can't, baby, that's not fair. Not no $150 million. I see a lot of you ladies sitting there going, get all the money you can. Shit, I'm glad she did get all that money. She earned it. She earned it. That you damn right. She was married to him. She deserved that money. Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. No.
Not for no 10 years. No, I just go for it. After being in this business of marriage for 27, not for no 10.
No, don't get me wrong. If you marry somebody and neither one of you have anything and you build $300 million together, you deserve half. But Johnny was $300 million in when they met.
And
I'm quite sure she knew.
The 80s was the second best.
Johnny, hey, I'm Johnny. She was like, I know who you are, motherfucker. And they got married, broke up, shit didn't work out, and then he had to give $150 million of his money. And don't get me wrong, ladies, I know a lot of housewives sitting out there going, well, you can't put a price on what I do. But ladies, if you marry a man with $300 million, you ain't no regular housewife. You ain't got to clean the house no more. You get a maid. You ain't cleaning shit. You marry a man with $300 million, you ain't cooking no more. You eating out. You marry a man with $300 million, you know how a lot of housewives got to get jobs on the side to help make ends meet? He got $300 million, the ends are meeting like a motherfucker. What you gonna do, get a job at a boutique on the weekends and shit? Say, here, Johnny, I made $70, put that with the rest.
What?
Now we have $300 million and $70. Because I want to do my share. No.
Shut up.
All you have to do, you marry a man with $300 million, is fuck your husband. That's it. That's your job. Fuck your husband. That's it. That's just fuck your husband. You fill out a W-2. They say, what you do? You say, I fuck my husband. That's it. And I've had my share of pussy. I have yet. Even if the pussy was great and sparks shot out the woman's ass, and cannons bled and the mountains crumbled and the seas roared, no pussy is worth $150 million. No pussy. I like to meet some pussy like that. Put the shit on layaway.
Put it on layaway.
That shit scared the shit out of me. Half? I was petrified, man. You know what's real scary is that American women in the 80s have become very business conscious. Y'all the most resourceful and the most business smart women on the planet now in the 80s. And it would be an asset to us as American men if you weren't so vindictive. Because the two don't match. It's like, and then what's really fucked up is that y'all are the most loving people. American women are all off into this romance, want to be romantic, and they genuinely fall in love with you. Now, love and money do not mix. The shit don't mix, especially you got a business smart woman and the love and shit. You go up to a woman and say, baby, I never met anybody like you before in my life. I never met anyone like you either. Why don't we be together? Why don't we be together? Baby, will you marry me? I thought you would never ask. Well, before we get married, why don't you sign this prenuptial agreement? What do you mean sign a prenuptial agreement? Well, that's the contract that stipulates if we would ever break up, you take what you had when you came into a relationship and I take what I had. First of all, I don't give a fuck who you are and what you have, okay? You got a whole lot of motherfucking nerve gonna ask me to sign a contract to show you that I love you. First, there's nothing a man can do for me that I can't do for myself. I got a job and I don't need shit from you. You got a whole lot of I love you. You got a whole lot of you gonna tell me to sign a contract and show you that I love you. If I need something, I can go to my family. My family takes care of me. You got a whole lot, and men hear all that shit, and we be like this. Okay. We don't need no contract. And you don't get a contract and get married without one, and the shit don't work out. And you break up a year later, she's sitting around in the kitchen by herself, man, trying to figure out a way to get even with your ass. I can't believe that motherfucker did this to me. After all the shit I did, all the thing I did for that motherfucker, he do this to me. Well, shit, I don't get him and his fat bitch can kiss my ass. I don't get shit by either one. I don't know, he got a whole lot of nerve. I don't want shit from him or her, and I don't care. You know something? You know what I should, you know what? Half. I take half his shit. And they'll get it. They'll get you half your money, your house, your car, alimony, child support, and your children. You'll be on the cover of the Inquirer like this. So be careful. I start having nightmares. I was waking up in the middle of the night like this. Ah! So be careful.
No, wait. There's one more we gotta go through. Hold on just a second.
Stop making them dick threats.
This is the one that they must have missed.
You got to be careful. You got to have a J.O.B. in the 80s. You got to have some money. You got to have some money. You can't get no pussy. Listen to the radio. That's what it's about. Listen to Madonna. I'm a material girl in a material world. You ain't got no money. You can't have no pussy. Basically what it is, there's a song out now called Got to Have a J.O.B. if you want to be with me.
Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
The lyrics go, ain't nothing going on but the rent.
J-O-B.
Like if you went up and said, hey, baby, what's going on? Rent, motherfucker. Do you have a job? Well, I get the fuck out my face. Got to have some money. It says no romance without finance. And women love them songs. They be going, got to have a J-O-B.
Hello,
Janet Jackson got a hit record. What have you done for me lately? That's what they be thinking. What have you done for me lately? The record start off like that. I know he used to do shit for you, but what has he done for you lately? Baby, I love you. What have you done for me lately? You the only thing on my mind. What have you done for me lately? We make good love. What have you done for me lately? Got to have some money to get the pussy in the 80s. It's fucked up. That's why I say, hey, I'm a target.
It's 2023, y'all.
I have to go to the woods of Africa and find me some crazy, naked zebra bitch that knows nothing about money. She got to be butt naked on the
Hey, Austin Powers, that shit didn't work out for you
nose,
either, did it?
And a big plate lip
motherfucker.
and a big fucked up afro. An afro Afro got it like Angela Davis seen and go, God damn, that's fucked up. Afro gotta be fucked up and one of them picks with a fist in the back, and she gotta be butt naked because if she got some clothes she gonna pocket, she gonna have to put something in the pocket. So she gotta be butt naked on the zebra, and y'all think it's a joke. Y'all gonna go, I'm gonna walk up to her and say, hey, how you doing? My name's I say, Miss Murphy. And I'm bringing her home. Y'all think it's a joke. Y'all gonna go past a newsstand one day and see me on the cover of Jet with some woman with a big bone and a plate and a big fucked up afro, butt naked. And y'all gonna say, hey, Eddie must be visiting Africa. Gonna say, Murphy marries Bush bitch. I'm gonna be like,
Oh shit. Oh, it's hilarious. The Den. Have you not seen the entire thing before? Oh God. This shit is comedy gold, dude. And from when I was a little kid, there's two. One in the purple suit and one in the red suit. When I say, oh God. And in this fucking space, the Den, it's even funnier if you've had to deal with Manosphere motherfuckers. Dude. Oh my God. Oh. 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 I swear there's another part where after he talks about being married to the African chick for a while. Well, anyway, spoiler, she turns out to be like everybody else. Oh, it's just funny. Royal Rising, Amma, how's your spirit? Oh, we were just laughing at Eddie Murphy this morning. Me and accepting that I'm gonna have to continue to be in a fight to get this divorce settlement correct, and uplifting, laughing, doing the thing. We talked about hermeticism, a host of things. What's on your plate for today, Amma? Okay, we got to do one more because this is my absolute favorite one. Hold on. Stop it. Yeah, it's definitely this one. And then after this, we'll do some theme songs and probably get ready to get out of here. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with myself today. I'm sure some of you do as well or have plans. The Den, you need to get some rest. After all these giggles, your heart rate should be good. I mean, you should be ready.
and it's coming! The ice cream man is coming! Ma!
And that tight ass red suit. You had to dare talk about gays.
The ice cream man is coming!
It's the ice cream man.
Then your mother come to the window and be throwing change and saying, get your father toasted almond bar, and get your brother icy, and get yourself vanilla cone, and bring back my change. And you catch all that shit and run down the street, top speed, chasing the ice cream truck going, ice cream! Ice cream man always drove extra block though. And I know he's seen us and shit, but I think he just be in the car with his friends saying, watch me make how fast I make these motherfuckers run. You be behind him doing 50 going, ice cream! You stop, you be all went out of wind, say, ice cream man, can I have this? I want this over here, and a toast on by my father, and give me this ice over here, and vanilla cone. Thank you, ice cream man. Thank you, ice cream man. Thank you, and you get your ice cream. I get my ice cream. I remember I would get my ice cream, and I didn't eat it. I sang for a little while, You know how kids are having going, I have some ice cream. I have some ice cream. I have some ice cream. And I'm gonna eat it all. I'm gonna eat it all. Now, ice cream be running all down your arm and shit. Be like, ice cream, I'm going to eat up my ice cream, ice cream. You know, there's be one kid on the side didn't get no ice cream, and kids don't care. They go, you don't have no ice cream. You didn't get none. You didn't get none. You didn't get none. You didn't get none. Cause you are on the welfare. You can't afford it. You can't
Not the welfare.
Other kids join in, you can't afford it. You can't afford it. And his father is an alcoholic. He wants some ice cream. He wants to eat some of my ice cream, but wanna lick? Psych. You want some ice cream. You want some ice cream. I'm going to eat all of my ice cream. You cannot have some. You can't. You dropped your ice cream. Eat it. I could drop my ice cream in a pile of shit and eat it. I be saying, it's just sprinkles, like sprinkles. Don't let your mother catch you doing that nasty shit, though. My mother caught me doing that, she'd make you put it down one sentence. Put that back on the floor. And you drop that shit, quick. I wouldn't go eat it. My mother caught me doing that. Anybody got them mothers that would hit you with a shoe? I had a mother that would throw a shoe at you at the drop of a dime and fuck you up wherever she was aiming. It was bad with her shoe. She would like carry that shit like a gun. By the time I was like 10, my mother was like Clint Eastwood with a shoe. And you fuck up, my mother walk in the room was like. Why'd you eat the ice cream off the floor? I didn't know ice cream. Bad. Accurate. You be in a supermarket and shit and be grabbing cereal off the counter going, Ma, can we get this? She'll say, I get that. And can be doing 3 different things. Be on the phone with my grandmother and be cooking with this hand, have the phone like this and be saying, yeah, Mama, hold on a second. Bad. Fuck you up. And God forbid my mother be dressed up and have them high heel gym suits on.
Super mom
them
shit.
pumps. Because then she get boomerang action going on your ass. And fuck you up in the room. You won't even know what the fuck happened. They can hear you when you're getting ready to walk out the door. Hear you on the bunk beds fucking around. They got that mother hearing. They hear that shit. They say, wait a minute, baby. Let's go.
Oh, shoot. That was funny. Okay. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Here, let's do this as an ode to him. In case you didn't know. That was comedy. That was. We've had some great comedy this week. We watched Cat Williams, Eddie Griffin, Eddie Murphy. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch some more. This shit was absolutely funny though. Oh, thank you to everybody who hung out with me today. I'm surprised at how many of you came through. To Jen, Alonzo, I appreciate you. Those who watched in the clouds, I appreciate you too. The hate watchers, I appreciate you too. You're gonna get caught enough for what you done. Keep watching while we had this fun. I ain't stressed about it no more. I'm gonna let somebody else deal with you. It's 2023. You were a nuisance in 2022. Now you don't matter to me. If I can give it all on a silver platter, would it even matter? It still be more than you. If I could find all of it, I've done it. Oh, it was. It was. Thank you for laughing with me today. I had fun. You got a theme song? Drop it in the chat. You got 7 minutes. Unless something moves me to say, no later, 'cause I'm going to be. Go ahead and hate on me, honey. I'm not afraid of what I gotta keep. Oh, you can hate on me. Give you pieces out of my own garden. If I gave you a peach pie, you just slap me. Stand up the moon. If I gave you sanity for the whole of humanity and all the solutions for the pain and no matter where I live, despite the things I give, they'll always be this way. So go ahead and roll it on. Remember a few streams back I told you if you collect your cube you can smoke it separately or roll it with concentrate. I've done both this evening or this morning or what the hell ever it is. Shout out to Jill Scott. I love me from her. I think she'd be up there with one of my favorite artists probably. I love her poetry too. Hmm. Maybe we'll explore her poetry book. Someone was asking me about well, that's not nonfiction though, so we'll have to put it in a different category. But yeah. Oh, you like Aretha Franklin? Okay, all right. We can make it happen over here on the den. Not to worry. Over here, we take requests. We try to get them in sync, like try to get a flow going. Yet, you've been here all evening with me. So if you specifically want to drop a theme song, go ahead. Baby, I got it. Watch me. You know I got it. It's far more expected. Hey, baby. Wait. Why? Why? Hey. Step one coming out. Oh, mama. Let me tell you. She was complimented on how powerful her voice was and how well she had done with this song by the Rolling Stones. Ironically, we voted for it too. Like almost to the point where it's like they said that she did it better. Isn't that crazy? It can be like that sometimes. What's that? This one. We have to admit that I mean she really did this damn thing. There's no two ways about it. You make me happy. Hey. And I won't forget. Ooh, lots of storms out east, I think. Before I let go, had a good time. We hurt each other. Oh, Aretha was a fantastic singer. She could just do a thing. Beyonce is a fantastic singer too. I don't think that she's quite the caliber of an Aretha Franklin, not yet. She could be though. Um, but yeah, it's been an interesting morning, to say the least. I would say that I'm gonna get up here and get some sleep, but I don't know. It's 5:30. Oh, I need to see if the sun's gonna rise. Um, if the sun's gonna rise, the sun's gonna rise. Whether or not I'm gonna get to see it is something different. Um, Sunrise is at 7:26. Some clouds this morning will give way to generally sunny skies for the afternoon. Wind light variable. It's gonna be a high of 65 today, 73 tomorrow. Shout out to Marcus Young on Facebook. Make sure y'all go check him out, please. He's gonna be mad at me because I didn't technically save his link properly. Marcus, if you're in the cloud, you can drop down and be mad. My apologies. I'm getting better about it, y'all. Oh, I have someone helping me get this organized. So, ta-da. I'm gonna get it 5 minutes, 5:30. Low, 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 just Ooh, I'm gonna take me a bath this morning. A medicated one. I'm about to feel really good, y'all. Yeah. Not as good as that OG strain that the den is about to go pick up, but I'm gonna feel good. Yes, yes, you do. Maybe some tea, or get a full belly. That always helps me. Plus, you should be able to sleep. It's after 4, and usually, if you've got insomnia after 4, you can go to sleep. It's something about the witching hour, I guess. Mm. Hmm. You're always welcome to Den. You and your community. Come over anytime. I will do my best to share you out, shout you out, and be about. I'm getting there. You can send me an email and let me know how it goes, Den. Oh man, it's in me about mm, too, Freddie. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, ooh, that spot right there. Mm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Keep your spirit up. See you in the streams. Peace. Black love is the scaffolding between power and understanding, the freedom in knowing the gravitational call to the stars, the refinement necessary to keep them from colliding, the knowledge that our story isn't precautionary tales or careless whispers. Your systems will be measured, their void put on display. We are the color born of a galaxy in darkness, black excellence, the fourth element, the fourth element. Just by those two little, y'all don't understand.
So Rouse Red Religion, T-Wise, T&W. Yeah.